Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. It's me, Borderlands Guru, and today, I have a different kind of video for you guys today. As you know, Borderlands has not been putting out very much content lately. I know they have a new game coming out, and I think around October, so we're transferring to Halo. So essentially, I'm gonna make a lot of Halo videos because Halo's doing pretty well so far. We have a new season coming, and there's a lot of more stuff being added, and I feel like Halo is just genuinely more popular. And that's what I want to today's video, is because Halo really gets too much crap. That's the point of this video, is talking about why Halo Infinite has succeeded as a game, and other people are just stupid, and they're looking for stuff that is impossible to make, and don't realize that the people that make the game aren't AIs. Like, I'm not going to get too into it now, but let's just make this video, and I'll show you why I think this. So let's start out with what Halo Infinite came out when the game first released, and we are not including campaign, okay? So the campaign is not relevant to this at all, because if it was, that's an entirely new video. So let's start out with what happened in the multiplayer. First off the bat, we had all of the normal multiplayer game modes, and when the full game's released, we had all the standard game modes, things like Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, Slayer, Oddball, there's that weird zombie ball, but that's all of the normal modes came out. So, just standard. All the normal modes, people can get used to the gameplay. People love the gameplay. I think the gameplay is the best in this series. I really like the weapons. I really like the Spartan things like grappling hook, the thing where you push the people back, all those cool stuff. The one to be the threat sensor. Those are all super cool, and people liked this at first, but then there was also a new season, a new thing. It was the Battle Pass, but it wasn't like the other Battle Pass because it costs money, but I think the money's worth it. The first season was, again, it was a reach season, and there was actually quite a few people saying, oh, this isn't original, this isn't that, but I think that this was original because they were just giving you reach. Again, if they didn't put out reach armor, people would have complained how they wanted reach armor. So there's no winning. There's no winning when it comes to this. So that's how the first season released, and it came with all these different cosmetics. I'll just kind of give you a run through of what they came out with. January 18, 2022, we had our first Halo Infinite game mode that was original to Halo Infinite, and this was attrition, and let me tell you guys about that. So here's a new game mode that I also absolutely love. Another reason why Halo Infinite is just has great content. Attrition. Essentially, each team only has 8 lives. When you die, your team loses a life. If all of the lives run out, as long as there's one person, you can revive your teammates, but that just brings them back to life. They don't get an extra life, so once they die, they're dead. This game mode's really fun, and it's just another one of those that it's just like, oh, you slip up and you die twice because you missed your shot. Boom, your team now literally has like a third less lives than they just did a second. 3rd, 2022, a brand new season for Halo Infinite came out, Season 2. This season was phenomenal. Nothing in the Battle Pass had we seen before. Everything was original, completely new designs, and honestly, with the way you can customize it, I have my favorite character I've ever made currently. I always use him. But not only that, 2 brand new game modes that we have never seen before. First, we got King of the Hill, kind of works the same way as the other games did. But next up, we had this new mode, Last Spartan Standing, and Land Grab. Another big thing worth giving a mention to is a new kind of mini battle pass they invented, the Entrenched. The new Land Grab mode for this one, essentially, you would do the challenges, and there was them for, I think, a course of many, many weeks, and 10 challenges would be out. Every challenge you completed, you would get a level through that mini battle pass. There was only 30 tiers, and each tier would give you a cool new thing. There was a main one. There was one armor set you would get throughout it that you could customize to be super cool. I completed this, and I love the gravity hammer stance that you get. I always use that, and I love all of the new stuff they made with that. And I completed it within about 3-ish weeks. It was sick, and again, they just put out an entire new 30-tier battle pass for us to complete while playing this cool new mode, and that's pretty sick. It's something to work towards. First up, we have Last Spartan Standing. This is a mode where there were a bunch of people, and you joined into a match with the other Spartans and obviously the enemies. It's a free-for-all, but it's a battle royale where each people only have 5 lives. So you really only get 5 lives. It's kind of stressful because, you die 5 times. Most multiplayer matches or Slayer matches, I'll die 5 times. So this was really cool, and it was the Last Spartan Standing wins, just like the name of it. And I'm not here to tell you what you kind of like everything about this game mode. I'm just kind of here to show you what the game came out with. So let's move on to the next one they had, which was Land Grab. Now, next up, let's look at Land Grab, my personal favorite mode. 3 different zones would spawn in on the map, and each team would have to claim them. You fight over them, and it was super fun. It's my personal favorite mode ever in Halo. And one thing I super love about it is that any team could come back. You have one round where the team, they just get to them first, they play pretty good, and boom, they just got 3 things and you got none, and now they just got 3 more, and then that could happen at any point in time ever in the game. And that's just one thing I love about this mode. It's sick, it's awesome. 3 things will spawn in, and no more will spawn in till all 3 are captured, and it's super cool if you both have 10. Okay, so I'm not going to go over some of the game modes like Tactical Slayer and kind of all those things in the ranked game modes, because yes, they were in Halo Infinite and not really in others, but they were just variations of stuff from Halo 5 and Halo 4. That's all they were. They were just variations of things from the different games, and I want to stay consistent on the stuff that Halo Infinite did that was completely brand new. So I'm not going to go over things like those because they're just variations of stuff from different games. Like the Snipers Only, that was in other games, but it was in other games kind of for limited times. And yes, they weren't kind of exactly the same. Along kind of the Tactical Slayer, yeah, it's not exactly the same as the one in Halo 5, but it's just another variation, and I'm not going to spend my time doing that because it's a waste of your time, and it's a waste of my time. I want to stick to the things that Halo Infinite had that only Halo Infinite had. On August 23rd, 2022, a new mode called Doubles came out, where you would pair up with one other person against another double. This mode is super sick. Let me tell you about it. My Xbox has decided not to work and wouldn't let me record gameplay. And every time I would record, I would try to send it to my phone. It just, nothing was working for me to get the gameplay, so I couldn't do that. And I tried to find gameplay off of YouTube I could use and then just shout out the creator, but literally couldn't find any gameplay of the doubles. So the doubles mode essentially where there were 2 different teams and there were just 2 people on each team, and it goes through all of the same modes, but there's only 2 people, really cool mode. I like that, and that's gonna kind of wrap up this part 1 of this series. Notice how I just said part 1 there. This is just part 1 that went over the game modes, because the game modes are essentially just as important as all the other stuff I'm going to talk about combined. Because it's like without new game modes, you're not going to have a successful game. Next video, we'll talk about all the accessories, so all of the new maps, how the gameplay kind of works itself, and just kind of the things they added, the guns, and the things like the attachables you can put on your arm, like grappling hook, the repulse, the threat sensor. So those 4 things. And you might be thinking like, oh, why don't you include more in this video? Because I'm only including kind of 1 section here and then 4 in the next one. Well, that's mainly because the game modes are essentially way more important. Like, yeah, like the things that on your arm, the grappling hook, the threat sensor, etc. Those are like, that's just a quick thing that I talk about in 5 minutes. Each thing, one pushes them back, one helps you grapple. That's not an essential formula to the game. The next one is the maps, because that again goes with gameplay, and yeah, and then there's the guns. So I'll go through maps, guns, and I mean the things on your arm are essentially guns. So those things will be in the next video in part 2, just because I don't want this video to be super long, and I hate watching long videos explaining something. I'll put it in 2 parts. It just makes it look better, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Come back for part 2 that should come out probably somewhere around Monday, and be a video. I'll be expecting a video in between that where I react to someone talk to me about Halo Infinite, and I don't like that. So I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Peace out.